Welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. We have the 2020 feature, Sports with Brian Camp, and Entertainment News with DJ Pete. So settle in with coffee in hand, and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Well, hi everybody, and welcome. It's Friday, TGIF, and here we are on another Friday, and we meet together here on the Coffee Hour. Welcome aboard to another Friday. My name is Frank Allan, and we're going to be here for the next hour, and we're going to entertain you with a lot of conversation, and we're going to get you involved in it too. And the way you can get involved in it is just type in whatever you have to say. You can say hi, hello, or whatever you want to say, or join in conversation as I throw out one for you, and we can entertain all of that. And I will see you right there on the big screen. I will entertain all of your thoughts and ideas, and we're going to have a good time. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much for being along with us. Now, those of you who have been with us for all of these years, or you already know the protocol, but for the people who have not been here with us and here for the very first time, we welcome you, and we welcome you as a full-fledged member of the Coffee Hour. We get together every Friday at this time, and to make sure that everyone is comfortable, we kind of get you involved in our conversation. We want to make everyone comfortable here. Now, see, we're coming to you from three different places. We're coming to you from Facebook, we're coming from YouTube and Instagram, and that's where we are live right there. And of course, we're coming through the courtesy of Zoom as well. So all of that together will put us in touch. And no matter where you go around the world, I don't care where it is, we're right there with you. We're global, all around the world, all around the country. So you got a chance to see us. Now, if you're watching us on Facebook, all of you who are watching on Facebook, tag all of your friends and make sure that they're there, because we want them to be part of us too, because the more the merrier. They will see you out there, we'll see the notification, and they'll come out. Hopefully they'll like what they see and hear, and they'll become a regular just like you. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's the thing to do, because once you do that, that will get you involved, make you a full-fledged member, and you'll get to see every time we come on live or we post a video, whatever, it will pop right up, notification right there, direct. You check that out. And those of you who are watching us on Instagram, thank you so much for being here. And all you have to do is follow us. Now, we want to say that all of the discussions, the thoughts and ideas that's expressed on this program does not necessarily express the view and opinion of those who work or associated with Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other broadcast facility. Okay, so there we go. We got all of that out of the way. Later on in the program, not too far away, we have the 2020 feature. 20 past the hour, Brian Camp will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports, on sports update, and he has a lot of sports news to tell us. And 20 to the hour, the second part of the 2020 feature, DJ Pete will be here with entertainment news and reciting all of those birthdays of all of people who are celebrating within this week. So we got that all covered out of the way. So let's get the show started. What would the show, this show, the Coffee Hour, be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. Iced coffee today. It is iced coffee today. Iced coffee time. The weather is still warm, so I can do that. And even if it wasn't, who says you can't do it anyway? A lot of people have done it, and they're still doing it. Okay, here we are. We are about to approach the weekend. Those of you who are getting started, you're watching us on your computer right now. You may be at work, right? And if you are at work, you might get that 15-minute coffee break. They used to do that in the corporate world a long time ago. I'm pretty sure they still do it now. You get some kind of break in between. And if you get that coffee break, take that coffee break and not wander around or go downstairs or smoke a cigarette or anything like that. Stay at your computer, watch the show, stay with us. And then when the coffee break is over, that 15-minute expires, you'll still be right there and you can work and watch at the same time, which is known as multitasking. So we thank you so much for being along with us. Now, we've got also later on in the program those movies that you like. We know that since this is a long weekend coming up, you're going to want to do a lot of things, and that may include catch up on some old movies. I have a couple for you that comes from Turner Classic Movies, my picks of the week for this weekend. And as I said, it's a long weekend. It's the Labor Day holiday weekend. And so if you're working today, you're at the grind, you get it out of the way, and then you don't have to worry about it until Tuesday. At least most of you don't. And then when Tuesday come around, it's a short week anyway, right? So you got a lot of good things coming along, and hopefully good weather too. And speaking of weather, if you want to chime in conversation, we would like you to do so. First of all, we want to say good morning to my good friend, Senior Cigar. He just popped in. We want to say hi to you. We mentioned you on the show, Senior, and he is out of the hospital. He's doing fine. He's back at work. He's doing everything that we're doing, right back at work. So thank you, Senior Cigar. Senior Cigar has his own show on Facebook as well, and he promotes great tobacco, great good tobaccos. And he's if you want to know anything about the tobacco products, you ask him. He knows all about it. We may even have him on the show one day to explain all of that. What do you say about that? What do you think about that? We may even do that. Okay, so here we are, as I said, Friday and coming up to a weekend. And as I was getting ready to say, if you're going to chime in on conversation, if you're outside of New York, don't worry about it. If you're outside of New York, I will take care of the weather forecast for New York. But if you're outside of New York, in a different country, in a different city, in the United States, or wherever you are, give us your weather forecast. We'd like to convey that to you, and convey it to everyone who's watching. So there you go. We've got it all together. And so, yeah. So Senior Cigar says anytime, there's no problem. And we're going to be looking forward to that. We're going to try to set that up one day on the coffee hour. If not the coffee hour, maybe the Talk Back Live, and he can explain to you on those tobacco products. So he used to hang out in Vegas. He used to go to those cigar conventions in Vegas. You know, he's an expert. He's an expert. I remember when I was younger, I used to smoke cigarettes, pipes, and cigars as well. You know. But we'll have him on the show one day. Yeah, glad to have that for you. For those of you who smoke cigars and maybe you like some advice or anything, or where the latest places are or the best places are to buy your smoking or your tobacco products, he has all the answers. Have all the answers. So we try to provide everything for you. When you have the questions, we try, if I don't have the answers, we try to get the people who do and have them on the show. So we're going to try to set that up. Okay, just in case you're just joining us, you guys, you newbies, as the kids call them today, you newbies. This is called the Coffee Hour, and we're with you for the next hour. We'll be here to the top of the hour with entertainment and a lot of good thoughts and ideas. And those of you, again, who want to chime in can do so. So now, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, I have that weather forecast for you. So we want to get to that. All right. Let's see if we can find it. I know we can find it. It's right there. We can find it. It's right there. Okay. So what we have, and it's going to be a long weekend. It's going to be a long weekend. We know that. And of course, you want to make sure that your weather is okay. Now, in our area, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. We have 68 degrees at the moment. That's what we have at the moment, 68 degrees. And it's after 10 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast. So we have 68 degrees and it doesn't look that bad. We don't see any wet weather in the forecast. So it's kind of a fair weekend. So it looks like this. We may get a little spritz here and there towards the end of the weekend and even on Labor Day, but here's how it goes. Plentiful sunshine today. We'll have a high around 80 degrees. Winds will be east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, partly cloudy skies and with more clouds and it's going to be overcast, right? It'll be more clouds, overcast. We'll have a low 66 degrees. Winds will be light and variable. For Saturday, tomorrow, considerable cloudiness, high 82, winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So we get peaks of sunshine. It doesn't say anything about wet weather at this particular point. Saturday night, considerable cloudiness, low 69 degrees, winds will be southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Sunday, well, this is where we get a little wet, not washed out, but you know, raindrops will fall on your head. Cloudy skies, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Now they say thunderstorm. That doesn't mean it's going to, you know, come down in buckets. You know, just enough to moisturize your skin. How's that? We're going to have a high around 86 degrees. Winds will be light and variable. For Sunday night, cloudy skies with a few showers later at night. We'll have low 71. And winds will be light and variable. Chance of rain will be 30%. And as we wrap up our long weekend for Sunday, for Labor Day, overcast skies with showers at times, they say. We'll have a high around 79 degrees and winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain will only be 40%. So it doesn't really, considering everything, it doesn't really look that bad outside. Our present temperature, repeating once again, it's 68 degrees. And I hope wherever you are, wherever you may be, your weather forecast will be at least a little better than now. We're not doing bad, but those of you, we would like you to share your weather forecast where you're coming from. I'm probably will get over there what's happening in Charlotte when Brian comes on the air to do sports, and then we'll get something from DJ Pete when he comes in Portland, Maine, to see how his weather forecast is taking shape. Hopefully, I wish the best for everybody. Hopefully, not again, our weather is not bad here in New York, but hopefully, you know, yours is better because we want the best for you. We want to wish you the best. Now, a lot of you guys are going to be doing a lot of things for the long holiday weekend. Can you imagine? Because, you know, the Labor Day holiday weekend, Labor Day marks the how would you say it? It would be the unofficial ending of summer. That's how it is. Labor Day is the unofficial ending of summer. All right. So now what you have to think about, but you don't have to think about it right now because we still have a lot of warm weather ahead of us. You know, you might want to think about, at least in the back of your mind, thinking about those winter clothes. You have to dust them off. Make sure that hopefully you have the mothballs and everything to get the mosquitoes and all of the other flyers away. But you might want to get ready to dust those off. Those heavy coats, those jackets, those heavy sweaters, those mufflers and everything else, those hats. And we'll have to think about that eventually. You don't have to think about it now. I don't want to think about it at all because, you know, I'm a summer guy. So I don't really want to think about it at all. But, you know, but we all have to go there, especially if you're living in a place where you have the 4 seasons like we do. You know, you have to think about those things. And when they do come around, you want to be prepared, right? And of course, you know, people will be stocking up on a lot of things to keep them warm, like hot soups and cocos and things like that, hot tea. I don't want to think about the winter right now. I'm freezing right now from thinking about it right now. So I just want to enjoy the moment, what we have in the moment right now, because I'm a summertime person. But those of you who are waiting for the winter and can't wait for it to happen, it's right around the corner because we're already in September right now. It's September 2nd. And September 2nd marks a lot of things. It could be your birthday. You could be celebrating something special. So we want to wish you the best on that. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is not tobacco, but it's a stimulant. It's coffee. Excuse me while I shoot up. Oh boy. Okay. We have a few people, I mentioned it on the show last night on Talkback Live. Those of you who watched this last night on Talkback Live, you already heard some of the news that we have. You heard this is old news, but you know, we only get to come on the air once a week. Former Soviet Union President Mikhail Gorbachev died. You heard about that, Mikhail Gorbachev died at the age of 91. He was the last leader of the Soviet Union. And so our family, or his family, and all from all your families and my family, and to his family and friends and all of the other people who worked with them over the years, we express our condolences. And it doesn't believe, I don't believe this, but it only seemed like yesterday, but 25 years ago on Wednesday, Princess Diana passed away. Now, a lot of you said, yeah, I remember that. That was an event that I remember very well. A lot of people remember where they were, what they were doing. Do you remember where you were or what you were doing? A lot of things, events happened, and you remember them from years to come. And this was 25 years ago. And of course, you remember a lot of people when events like this, tragic events like this, like let's say, for instance, the assassination of John F. Kennedy, when that happened, you know, a lot of people still remember what they were doing, where they were. When Martin Luther King was assassinated, remember what they were doing and where they were. You always keep those memories in mind. You know, you just remember it. They just automatically just click. But it was 25 years ago when the princess died, and she was only 34 years old. I believe that was the notice I got. 34 years old when she passed away, and I believe when she got married, she was only 21. She came out of the UK, and her real name was Diana Spencer, you know, until she got married into royalty and just became just Princess Di. Some call her Princess Diana, some call her Princess Di, but it's 25 years ago. I just can't believe it. Listen, are you guys caught up with your vaccines? I hope you are. I hope you are. Those of you who are fully vaccinated and boosted twice, which I am, I'll raise my hand to that. I am. We're looking forward to a new vaccination that is about to take place. I guess in about another week or so, they're ready to get them out there. And for those of you who qualified to get one, you should. They say that people who are fully vaccinated and boosted twice should be able to get theirs too as well. You're qualified to get theirs. You can get yours 2 months after your latest vaccination, 2 months. Okay, mine was way past 2 months since the latest vaccination. So I'm eligible when it comes out, and believe me, I'll be right on the line waiting for mine. Now, this vaccination is supposed to take care of everything. All right. The strongest spike that we have is this BA.5. That's the variant that we have now, the BA.5. We're not talking about Omicron. Now, all of that is still here with us, but we're talking about something that's a little stronger. And so this new vaccine is going to be stronger and take care of all of that. And there's vaccines, we're going to get popped in the arm a lot of times this season. Okay, you got the vaccinations. You're going to get popped in the arm for the flu shots. In some places, the flu vaccination is available, and you should get that. And people who really need it, the monkeypox vaccination, you know, there's so many things that we have to consider to keep ourselves healthy and strong, and make sure we take care of our loved ones as well, because boy, we are plagued. The world is plagued with a lot of things, and we have to take care of this. And I was just talking to someone on the phone just the other day. We were talking about the coronavirus. A lot of people, some people do believe that it's going to be the end of it at some point. And then other people believe that it's here to stay, but it won't be as strong. It'll be like getting your vaccination every year, seasonally, just like when you get the vaccination for the flu. So please, ladies and gentlemen, if you are fully vaccinated, just stay on top of your vaccines and stay healthy and strong. You know, we don't want to wind up sick. We're doing better than we've ever been doing before, because remember when the variant came along, right? COVID came along. Where were we? We were in our houses. They told us to stay home. Don't go out. Don't go out for any reason, except if you're going to the grocery store, the supermarket. And we all stayed in. In New York City, Times Square was like a ghost town. In Las Vegas, the Strip was like the end of the world. No one was out there. So we came a long way. We're doing better. People are being vaccinated and taken care of. For those of you who are not, we hope that you have a change of mind and catch up on what you have to catch up as far as your vaccines are concerned. It's very important. It's very important to me, as it should be to you. So I want to say hi to all of you guys who are watching on Facebook. I see a lot of idle people there. So we want to just say hi to you. Hi, Instagram. Thanks for dropping by. And those of you, again, who are watching us on Instagram and YouTube, please follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's very important to us, and we would like to know how you feel. We'll give you information on how you can get in touch with me too. Right now, we're going to go to Charlotte, North Carolina, as we do each week. We link up with Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports. He has what they call Sports Update, and he's going to be here with us right now, and waiting for him to pop on so we can get it together. And he is Brian Camp. Welcome aboard on this Friday. First thing I want to ask you, I didn't ask you last night on the show, but as if I didn't know, what's your plan for this holiday weekend?
Oh my goodness, I'm glad you asked. You had to ask that question. I'm so glad you asked. America, everybody out there, my cousins who just tuned in, I'm going to be in a competition this weekend, tomorrow. Area. I'm in a brisket contest and a rib contest. First place prize is for both $100 and be named champion. Got this lady who's talking trash to me on our community site on Facebook. She said, "Oh, I embrace competition. I'm very competitive." I had to let her know I'm from Brooklyn. It doesn't get any better than that. I said, bring it on. Bring it on. I'm competing against 4 other people, and it's going to go down. It's going to get dirty too. So I got my game plan. I've been watching my film. I've been watching YouTube. I've been watching all my books and everything. So I'm going to claim this title this tomorrow. I'm going to claim it. So yes. That's what yours truly, will be doing. I'll be in a smoke contest with 4 other people, and I'm going to have other games there, but it's going to be all in fun. We're going to have a little taste of everything because I can't eat all of that stuff. I'm not supposed to, but just to sample it, just a little taste, a little snip there, I will do that. But other than that, I will not. But my job is to make it the best. So that's what I want to be doing.
They should televise it. Or you can go on Facebook Live and show it.
Well, I'm not in charge of it, but I will take pictures. And by the end of the day, I'm going to have my championship belt draped over my arm as the champion. Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Warren. Cool. Yep, that's right. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Anyway, it's 79 degrees out here. Good morning to you all out there. Good morning to you and everybody else who's tuning in from Facebook, the Instagram, YouTube, and I guess wherever else you're watching. Let me get to the sports. The NFL. A little sad news. We got these 2 stories here. The Buffalo Bills rookie punter Mike Ariza was accused of a lawsuit last week of gang raping a 17-year-old girl when he was at San Diego State last year. Did not dress for last Friday's game, preseason game loss to the Carolina Panthers, but he did make the roster as a starting punter. In fact, he's the only punter that's on the roster. So a lawsuit was filed on the San Diego County Superior Court. He is accused with 2 of his former teammates from San Diego State of rape, gender violence, and false imprisonment. According to the lawsuit, Ariza, who was 21 at the time, had sex with then a high school senior who was underage of consent in California. This happened outside off-campus party held at as a resident back in October 17th of 2021. Because of the alleged rape, got to say it's alleged because he's not found guilty. He was drafted. He would not be subject to the league's personal conduct policy because he wasn't in the NFL. So that's where we stand. More disturbing news in tennis. BYU banned a fan who yelled racial slurs at a black player on a Duke volleyball team during a match last Friday. Everything happened last Friday. You're right. Everything happens after we get off the air. For some reason, there's always something that always happens. But this happened last Friday. A fan was sitting in a BYU student section, but was not a student. And he was banned from all the athletic venues on campus. The player, Rachel Richardson, who is the only black starter on the team, was called a racial slur over time when she was serving the ball. So when she was serving the ball, that's when she was being heckled and everything. More tennis news. Serena Williams and Venus Williams, they lost last night. They lost straight sets. So they will no longer be playing partners. As you know, Serena is going to be retiring. She's on tonight. Watch it tonight. This might be her final match, but we're hoping that it's not. She is the GOAT of all women's tennis, and some consider the top 10 player of all time in all sports, in all genders, male or female. So she paved the way from Compton, California to where she is now with her and her sister. So you know, she's the greatest tennis player, like I said, of all time, and we just hope that she continues on. But she will do well after retirement. She wants to spend time with her family and take care of the business. This day in sports, September 2nd, 1962, Standard Man Musial records his 3,516 hit, overtakes Trish Speaker into second place behind Ty Cobb. I wasn't born at that time, but I haven't seen these players play, but they were great. 1965, Ernie Banks hits his 400th career home run off of Kurt Simmons. Kurt Simmons also gave up Willie Mays' 400th home run in 1963. So this pitcher is giving up a lot of home runs to a lot of big time players. 1969, Ralph Houk signs a 3-year contract to manage the New York Yankees at $65,000 a season. Back then, that was the biggest salary thing. 1978, Reggie Jackson hits his 20th home run of the season. He's the 19th player to hit 20 home runs in 11 straight seasons. Milestone. 1987, Major League Baseball outfielder Kevin Bass becomes the first National League player to switch hit home runs in a game 2 times in a season. He did it twice, hitting home runs in the same game on both sides of the plate. Lefty and righty, righty and lefty. Today in birthdays, A.G. Spalding, Major League Hall of Famer pitcher and co-owner of, yes, Spalding Sporting Goods Store Company. Remember Spalding? Had all the balls, the tennis balls, and baseball? Yes, he was born in Byron, Illinois. 1901, Art Love Ruff, NCAA college coach, was born in Halstead, Kansas. 1941, the great John Thompson, coach of Georgetown University, was born in Washington, D.C. 1948, Terry Bradshaw, the NFL quarterback and Fox and CBS announcer, was born in Shreveport, Louisiana. 1952, Jimmy Connors, tennis great, born in Belleville, Illinois. And in 1965 today, back then, 1965, Lennox Lewis, former heavyweight champion, was born in London, England. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
What was I doing in 1965? I don't even know if I was born yet. Oh, 1965. Yeah. No, those are great memories in sports back in 1965. But, you know, like tennis, you know, I used to enjoy tennis a lot, you know, back in the days of Jimmy Connors and Chrissy Evans and Yvonne Goolagong, Billie Jean King. But it got even more popular when the Williams sisters came along, particularly Serena, because she's more in the spotlight than her sister is. and she actually changed the face of tennis. As far as I'm concerned, she changed the face of it. And now even more young people are popular. People who weren't into tennis before are now into it. Just like with golf, a lot of people enjoyed golf. Like the legends in golf. But it got even more popular when Tiger Woods came along and changed the face of that. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are
and then the love affair that Serena Williams has with this New York crowd is unbelievable. I mean, it is electrifying how if you watch those matches Mondays, and it was Monday and Wednesday, and she was on primetime television on ESPN, and that New York crowd. And right next door was the Mets was playing next door, because the stadium is right next door.
Right across the street, yeah.
Right. But
across the L.
Exactly. Yeah. But those two tennis matches, and even before Serena, it was the US Open is by far the greatest tennis Grand Slam tournament ever, because when that New York crowd gets pumping, and if they have your back, the opponent will have a tough time winning. I remember Jimmy Connors, just like you mentioned. He's not from New York, but they love Jimmy Connors. They love Serena Williams, and they get that crowd going, and lights out.
New York City is a tough town for entertainment. If you don't perform, they're gonna let you know.
Oh yeah.
That crowd with Serena Williams, it was so electrifying, as you already mentioned. Like, the audible sound of the cheers was overmodulating.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure the engineers in the studios had to turn the potentiometers all the way down to zero. It was so, and the crowd, man, I looked at that crowd, and it didn't faze her because she was so concentrating on that game.
She's locked in. Once she's locked in, all the starts flowing, and yeah. After the match, you're totally exhausted. But
yeah,
I think last night was more of the end of Venus and Serena teaming up together as double partners. But and I think Venus is going to retire eventually too, right afterwards.
Yeah. They don't realize when they're out there playing their game, they're so into the game so much. They really concentrated on so much. I don't think they realize that the crowd is out there. As a matter of fact, sport people who play sports don't really realize, and before I started playing baseball, I used to say, oh God, people coming out to see you and things like that. And you don't realize it because you're concentrating so much on the game, and that's what Serena does. She doesn't realize it until after the game is over, or maybe before the game starts. And then because she did say that crowd was overwhelming to her. She did say that. But something, I don't believe she regrets anything. She has nothing more to prove. And I really wish her the best of wherever she's going to go. I know she's going to be with her family a lot, but I think we haven't heard the last of her in any form, because she has a lot of endorsements coming along, and she'll get more. She's
just like it will be missed when Venus decides to go. They brought a new brand of tennis to us, not only for tennis players, but just for us being Americans. Because tennis have not been very received by Americans. We don't do well, but
you got to realize a lot of sports that weren't accepted in a long time ago, like soccer, is another sport that American watch.
The European sport.
Yeah, it's soccer, and like I said, it's gotten more popular than it ever have before. I really never got into soccer, but and still really not into it that much. Not that I don't like it. It's just I just never got into. Maybe I should look at it, and get a taste of it. But but besides me, the Americans like soccer. They love it. They love it. Gotta mention another note, since we're on sports. I just want to mention to you and the people who are watching today that if you're living in New York, You're coming in New York this weekend to travel or to have a little fun, be sure to visit the Jackie Robinson Museum, which is opening up Monday, Labor Day.
Yes.
And I haven't decided. I did say initially I was going to go, but I haven't decided at this particular point. But at one point I'm going. And it should be a good thing. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be crowded, but it's a good thing.
Well, my trip to New York is going to be sometime roughly around November, around the Veterans Day weekend holiday. So I'm going to make sure that I make time just to go there. I'm going to wear my Jackie Robinson jersey, even though I'm a San Francisco Giant fan. So I have a Jackie Robinson jersey with my Brooklyn Dodgers cap. This is a Dallas Cowboy cap, but underneath it's going to say San Francisco Giants, Willie Mays or Barry Bonds. If anybody say anything, I would say, yes, I'm a San Francisco Giant fan. But I respect and thank Jackie Robinson for what he's done, not only in the African-American community, but for what he did for all of mankind, not so much of what he did for sports, but what he did outside the sports in being an activist and for social justice.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Brian, thanks a lot. I guess we'll catch you back here next week.
You ready to warm up this meat, season it?
I could almost taste those ribs right now.
It's butter. It's like butter.
You won't even send me a care package.
I'll send you a picture.
Have a good weekend. Enjoy it.
Take care.
Take care. It's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. He's here every Friday at this time, bringing you update on sports. I love talking sports with him, and he will be back here next week. He's also on the on Talkback Live with me on Thursday nights as well, and I'll tell you more about that a little later on. In case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And of course, we have a little more time left in the show. We still have a little more time left in the show, and we're going to bring you, keep you up to date on the movies that we told you about later on in the program as it goes along. Brian just completed 2020 feature. Haven't heard from DJ Pete yet. I do know, I remember he was telling me last week that he was going to be on vacation, so we don't know. If he doesn't pop on, then I understand. But he usually comes in with information on entertainment, and so I haven't heard from him just yet. Hopefully he'll pop in. It's usually 20 to the hour, his part of the 2020 feature on 20 to the hour with entertainment. But we'll see, but we'll carry along. In case you're just joining us, of course, I said it before, it's the Coffee Hour, and we thank you so much for being along. Warren, thanks for coming out. Haven't seen you in a while. And thank you so much for being with us. I hope everything is fine on your end. I owe you a telephone call. I owe you a telephone call, which I should, I'm a little delinquent sometimes and a little slow sometimes on getting back. Tamika Riley, hello, how are you? Thanks for coming in. And welcome aboard. And we know Tamika, she's family. We are family. Got all my sisters and brothers with me, all you guys who are coming in. Thank you so much for being along. Those of you who are joining in conversation with us, we appreciate it. What we want you to do is if you're out of the country or out of the United States or someplace in another city somewhere, just drop us a little line on your weather forecast, and we'll try to give that to you, give that to us so we can convey it to others. But we thank you for being along with us. Facebook, YouTube. Now, those of you guys who are watching us on Facebook, tag your friends right now. We have a few more minutes in the show. Tag your friends right now and let them know that we're here on the air, and then they'll pop in along with us. And if you watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, that's good. You know why? Because when you do that, that gives you part of the action of being with us. And not only that, whenever we come on live or we post something live, of course, you get notification on that when you subscribe. So subscription to us would be very fine, and we would appreciate it. And for the rest of you guys who are watching us on Instagram, thank you so much I see a lot of people there. So I want to thank all of you for showing up. And as I said, it's the Labor Day holiday weekend. It's all here. It's all set, all ready to go. Whatever you do on the Labor Day holiday weekend, do it wisely, do it very carefully. Make sure that you stay in an environment where it's safe for you medically, because, as they say, it's still here, and we're talking about the coronavirus is still here. For those of the people who insist that it's all over, then we have no conversation here for that, because it's not over, and it's live. It's really live and well here. Okay, so make sure that you catch up with all your vaccines. As I said, they're all available. They'll be available. The latest one will be available in about another week or so, they say. But you're going to have to keep your eyes and ears open for that. That will be on the news. And of course, you want to consult your doctor and make sure it's right for you as well. So there you go. I want to take time. DJ Pete can come in, so I'm assuming that he's not coming in. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use what I usually do. All right, I don't have any news from him, because he usually, what he does is give me the news on his behalf if he doesn't come in. But what I'm going to do in my segment, I usually give you all of those birthdays, right? Those birthdays that come up of people of notoriety. Well, I have a few birthdays, so I'm going to use that as part of the 2020 feature, right? I'm going to use that as part of the 2020 feature right now. Who's celebrating birthdays today? So here we go. Birthdays. Actress Salma Hayek, the Mexican actress, 56 years old today. Actor, let's see, who else? Okay, Salma Hayek, 56 years old. 58 today will be Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is 56 today, 58, I'm sorry. An actress, Linda Pearl. You probably remember her from the Matlock series. She played Matlock's daughter. All right, she's 67 today. Actor Mark Harmon is 71. The late Billy Preston, artist Billy Preston, musician, he would have been 76 today. Actress, not actress, but singer Rosalind Ashford. Now, Rosalind Ashford was a member of Martha and the Vandellas. She's still around, she's 79 today. The late Sam Gooden from The Impressions would have been 83. Bobby Purifier of James and Bobby Purifier, I'm Your Puppet, that legendary song. He would have been 83 today. And rock and roll singer Jimmy Clanton, my good buddy, he's 84 today. Happy birthday, Jimmy Clanton. I got to send some shout outs to him personally too when I get off the air. Joan Kennedy, the ex-wife of Ted Kennedy, is 86 today. R&B singer Rick Lewis from the Silhouettes, way back before a lot of you were born, probably, but I remember. He's no longer with us. He would have been 89 today. And last but not least, band leader and composer Hugo Montenegro. Hugo Montenegro was 97. I remember he did a recording back in the 60s, I think around 68. It was called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. He did that recording. So he's no longer with us, but he's 67 today. And those are the birthdays I have. Now, as far as DJ Pete is concerned, obviously he's not going to come in. So we're going to tell you about his radio show. He has a radio show. We'll tell you about that. You can catch him on www.radio-airwaves.co.uk. It's a website. That's www.radio-airwaves.co.uk. And you can catch him on Mondays between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. You can also catch him on WMPG Radio in Portland, Maine. That's where he resides. That's where he lives. That's where he stays. Any adjectives you want to use, right? You can catch him on that radio station. And if you're not close to that radio station, you're not living in Portland, Maine, okay, the signal is not strong enough to reach you, go to the website, www.wmpg.org, and you can catch him there every other Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. I'm not sure if it's this Tuesday or next Tuesday he's on. You'll have to check that. check the radio station itself, but I'm pretty sure if you go to the website, it has a schedule there of all the DJs. They'll tell you there. Anyway, that's Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. at all times Eastern, and it's on the time zone of Eastern Standard, and of course USA and Canadian radio, USA and Canada. There you go. DJ Pete, good luck. Wherever he is, I don't know, we didn't hear from him, but wherever he is, I hope that he's enjoying his vacation. Because he did mention last week, you know, it was kind of iffy whether or not he was going to be along. And he didn't send any kind of information for us to read, so I used those birthdays to fill in. So that's ending the 2020 feature right there. And I continue to say hello, more people are coming in. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram. Those of you who want to get in contact with me personally, I have ways you can do that, because a lot of people, they want to stay idle while they're watching the show. They don't want to indulge in conversation, but that's all right, as long as you're out there. But if you'd like to get in touch with me personally, have any questions, or maybe you have comments about the show, or maybe you want to know more, whether it's positive or negative, it doesn't matter, because we're thick-skinned here. And we can take it. We're big boys and girls around here. We can take it because whatever you have to say, it helps us out. And you can get in touch with me through email or a telephone number. Let me give you the email first. Email is frankallenprod@aol.com. Remember to spell Allan, A-L-L-A-N. Frank Allen Prod, P-R-O-D, that stands for Productions. frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Or you can call us at 641-715-3900. My extension is 467-134. Again, that's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Here it is. What else can I tell you? Gotta quench my thirst, so excuse me while I shoot up. Okay, so since we're into the holiday weekend, a lot of you guys who are working right now, you're going through the motions of your employment. And it's good to know that after the day is over, your Friday is over, you got the long weekend. And the good news too is when you get back to work on Tuesday, you'll have a short week. And again, we want to make sure that whatever you're going to do for the week or for the weekend, make sure that you do it safely in a good manner, and don't hurt anyone. Don't hurt anyone. Now, not too far away, in just minutes from now, I'm going to give you that information on the movies that I have for you. I have classic movies now. Those of you who love those Turner classic movies and you want to catch up on movies for the weekend, if you're not going to be busy like Brian will with the smoking and all of that, and cooking steaks and chops and ribs and burgers and I'm getting hungry here. For all of you people who want to do otherwise, we have the movies that you might want to catch up with. And even if you don't want to catch up with them the actual days that they're on, at least you can DVR them. That's the good thing about technology now. If you have cable, you can DVR all of the movies that come on. So there. So let me see. I see a few people have popped in. I just want to say, hopefully I acknowledge everyone. I did acknowledge Senior Cigar there, Warren out there, of course. I think I covered everybody. Tamika. Let's see. Okay, everybody's there. Okay, everybody's there. Okay. And those of you who are watching us on Instagram, we thank you so much for being here. Now, if you're here for the very first time, and you're wondering who that crazy guy is with the noose around his neck, I'm here every Friday at this time. And if I'm going to say, whenever I give out time, it's always Eastern. I say Eastern, so you have to follow suit with that. So I'm on 10 a.m. Eastern every Friday at this time. It's called the Coffee Hour, and you may be anywhere around the world. A lot of you are at work right now and you're watching the show, and we thank you so much for being along with us. A lot of you who are just getting up, getting ready to go to work. Some of you who are getting off work on your way home. Some of you are relaxing right now, watching. and having dinner, and a lot of you are getting ready for bed, but don't go to bed just yet. Give me another 10 minutes before you do that, right? That's about it. Okay, let's see, I have this other information. Okay, you know what? I'm going to give you all of those movies right now. But before I do that, I just want to make one point. And I mentioned this on the show last night on Talkback Live. All of you know, you guys who are watching us on Facebook, you already know that sometimes Facebook have their little problems, and there's not a person that I don't know of who has a Facebook account hacked every now and then. You're hacked every now and then, right? You get hacked. I've gotten hacked every now and then. Now, here's something that I've never seen in my life. I've never even heard of in my life, this kind of hacking. Let me set this up for you. There's a good friend of mine who I've known for years. I worked in radio with, and I spoke to her just yesterday. But before I called her, I was going through Facebook, and I noticed when she posted something, there was a picture of someone else in that little circle. You know that little circle where your picture is? All right. And behind that picture, which is the, I guess it's the, there's another, it was another photo, but it was a photo of her. All right. And I couldn't understand that. I said, wow. And I'm going to give you the name of the person in that little circle because he's a person of notoriety, but I won't give you her name because I just want to keep her safe. But I didn't understand what was going on. And then later on, she posted something else with her picture on it, but it still had the name of the person that shouldn't even be there, all right? In other words, the whole thing was hacked. Now, this person that I'm talking about is a person of notoriety. Chris Cuomo, who used to work for CNN, right? He has another job now, I understand. I don't know, I gotta find out more about it because I love this show. When he got fired from CNN, he's no longer working at CNN. Whoever hacked her used her account, took her picture off, has Cuomo's picture on, and his name, as if it was his account. Now, she has control of the account, but every time she sends out some kind of post or anything, it's not her. I mean, it's her, but it's not her. The name is Chris Cuomo. The picture is Chris Cuomo. And I've never heard of a hack like this before. So I reached out to her yesterday to find out what was going on. I tried to make a suggestion to her. I said, why don't you do this? Why don't you delete that photo if you can? Delete that Chris Cuomo photo and change the name, put your name back and put your picture back. She said she tried that, but it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't allow her to do it. So it's not her account and it is her account. You understand what I'm saying? I've never seen anything like this before. All right. So I'm bringing this out to all of you only because I want to see if anyone has any kind of information on how to rectify this, help rectify this, or maybe know someone on Facebook, because we all know Facebook doesn't provide you with information on how you can get in touch with them when something happens, when there's a problem. Let's say, for instance, if you were hacked, or maybe you were taking off Facebook and went to Facebook jail and don't know why, you want to get back to someone to find out why. No, you know, they don't have that. And I think they purposely do that. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to find out, because she's saying that before by the weekend, when the weekend is over and this is not fixed, she's going to delete the whole account. Now, the bad news about that is that, I mean, she can do that, but 15 years, it takes a long time to build up a following, right? And she has to delete all of that and start a new one all over again, you know? And you know what I'm talking about. And I'm bringing this out to also tell you that it could happen to anyone. Now, if it happens to you, you know, we want to find out, we want to get to the bottom of this. So if you know, if you have any kind of information on how this works, if you know that this happened to someone else, please let me know. Give me some kind of information and I'll get back to her and we can help her along with this, because I don't want to see her account lost where she has to delete this account and then have to start a new one, you know. But she told me, she said, if she has to delete this account, she's just going to open up a fan base page, which is probably the safest thing to do. All right. So be very careful out there. Watch what you post, watch what you say, because Facebook is just not, I'm sorry to say it, but they're just not available to you to resolve your problems for whatever reason. I haven't, unless of course they change something and you know something more than I do. That's why I need your help on this, because I want to help her out with this. Okay, I've got those movies for you. And just in case you're just joining us, it's coming up to 5 minutes to the hour. I have 5 minutes to go. But I want to let you know about these movies that I have. Now, if you're into classic movies, all right, then of course, a lot of you may watch Turner Classic Movies. Now, each week I bring you this because I want to add to your bucket list of things to do on as far as watching and catching up on movies. And so Turner Classic Movies provided me with this because I only have 2 picks this week, and these are only my picks. Here's one that goes back to 1975. I enjoy so much. It's a nice comedy starring John Lemon and Anne Bancroft. It's called The Prisoner of Second Avenue. Now, I like New York movies because I get to see familiar places that I said, oh yeah, I've been there. But back in 1975, everything's changed in New York. So what you see on the movie in 1975, it's all long gone. But anyway, it's a good movie to watch, The Prisoner of Second Avenue. And that's 1975, Jack Lemmon and Anne Bancroft. You can check that on Turner Classic Movies. That's on tomorrow, Saturday. Well, you could say Saturday, but it's really midnight. That's tonight at 12:15 a.m. Saturday. So that's Friday night, Saturday morning. That's Eastern. That's all Eastern. Check that out. Also, here's something that a lot of people like. I enjoy it so much. A Soldier's Story back in 1984, starring Adolph Caesar and the late Howard Rollins. They're both no longer with us. Adolph Caesar and Howard Rollins Jr. And that was back in 1984 on Turner Classic Movies. You can check that out Sunday. Now, this is overnight at 2 a.m. Eastern, Sunday morning at 2 a.m. Eastern. That's A Soldier's Story. Now, if you don't get a chance to check these out in real time, no one says that you have to stay up that late to watch them. You could also DVR these movies, and you can get a chance to watch them whenever you like once you DVR them. Okay, that's good. Now, I only had 2 picks of the week. I just gave you those. Now, that doesn't mean there are not other movies that you can watch on Turner Classic Movies. Go to Turner Classic Movies, go through the program guide, look at them and say, oh, I think I like that movie. I've seen that before. I want to watch that. There's a lot of great movies. These are only my picks of the week that I think you'll like. But you can go there and check them out. Also, while you're there, you can go on Movie on Demand. Now, they have a lot of great movies on demand, free movies too. That's an important word, free, right? You can go on Movie on Demand and they have a chock full of movies that dates back to the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, so forth and so on. And you can watch them. And some of these movies recycle. They're on for a period of time and then they take them off. And then, they add more movies, other movies on there, but they tend to come back later on as they go along. But they explain to you, and they'll let you know when it expires, and then this way you can watch them, before they expire. But anyway, they have a lot of those great movies. Now, if you want to watch the latest movies, that's a pay-per-view. You can go there and watch those. They're very nice to watch. It beats going to the movies and paying $20. And you have to factor in the popcorn, the peanuts, and the Cracker Jacks as well. And if you're going out on a date, then you're paying through the nose. So you can stay home and watch these movies. And they're right there, pay-per-view movies. You can watch that. And of course, if you like sports and you miss your favorite sporting event, I'm pretty sure you can go back the following day and watch it on demand. And if you like Lifetime movies, they have movies that are available. See what's available there, and you can watch them there too as well. A whole lot of things, so you can check it out. So let me go over these movies once again this weekend. The Prisoner of Second Avenue with Jack Lemmon and Anne Bancroft. That's on Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday. That's tonight, midnight, overnight, 12:15 a.m. Eastern. And A Soldier's Story, which is Adolph Caesar and Harold Rollins Jr. That's Sunday at 2 a.m. Eastern. That's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed being here as always. I want to invite you to come back with me on Thursday. My show, Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports update, and you, me in conversation. Other than that, I will be back here on next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, and I hope you will be here too. In the meantime, have yourself a great day and a great extended weekend. Enjoy your Labor Day holiday weekend. And we'll see you then. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistance, Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer, Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.